Welcome back. More action here at Coffs Harbour, the 2023 Inferno National Touch League. Well, we've got a mixed semi-final that has just begun on the main field. The Sydney Rebels taking on the Hunter Western Hornets. I've got Scott McAllister next to me in the commentary box. And straight away, we've actually seen a try scored real early there. Scott, the number 11 out on the wing, taking us by surprise a little bit there. The Rebels, but they're the favourites to win this encounter.
Yeah, you probably have to say that coming into this fixture. The Rebels obviously finishing the round games off strongly, coming into the semi-final, and perfect start for them there, getting the opening points on the board.
Number 11, Justine Walkman scoring that try. Here comes the Hornets once more. They'll be shuffling up to the 7-metre mark. Plenty of tries expected to be scored in this mixed encounter. It's the number 9, though, having a crack at the line. The ball has been grounded first. That's a claim by the on-field referee, Reese French, getting away for the Hornets there to equalise early.
Electric start here, both teams scoring on their opening possessions, and like we usually predict with mix, it's going to be a high-scoring affair, no doubt. And he was pumped up there, getting across the line. You can see him slapping the grass, gets it. And referee points to the spot. So, yeah, 2 tries already in the first minute. Just
skips to the outside of Rosario there, who, of course, one of the most experienced wingers in the game. So credit to French for getting over the line there. Well, we've got this combination that we've been talking about plenty here. It's Prasad and Rosario out in the middle. They're going to play to the number 13 as well, and a great try back on the inside there from Bazunas. He throws the ball to Rosario.
Yeah, lovely little set piece there, straight from the restart. We'll have a look at the replay here. In ball from Rosario. See Prasad taking it a little tumble down, one of the Hornets players as well. I don't think that would have affected too much. Just getting to play the ball in between 2 Hornets defenders, which just took one of them, or end up taking both of them out of the defensive line. So, yeah, lovely little set piece for the second try.
And coming up now are the Hornets. They're on the 7-metre mark. They're going to have another crack at the line. The ball is down again. Reese French. This is a try fest so far, Scotty.
It's a shootout, an absolute shootout. 2 tries for each team within the first 2 minutes. You can just see it open up. They're on the inside for them. And the Hornets, yeah, back-to-back tries as well from French. Jeez, what a start.
Yeah, it's electric. We did see, of course, late yesterday, the Rebels in their matchup with quite a big win. Their defence was good, only let in 2 tries. But, yeah, I have a guest commentator with me now for the mix. Carly Banks joining me in the commentary box. How you doing, Carly?
Yeah, good, Jack. Looking forward to this one.
That's good, Carly, and I'm sure that you'd probably be, you're out of breath because you've probably come straight from watching that women's 20 electric final there, the semi-final, with a drop-off happening out on the field.
Yeah, we certainly know that it's finals day here, and these 2 teams, 2 of the best mixed combinations that you have, and familiar with a lot of these players that have played in the New South Wales Mixed Open teams for the last 2 years that I've coached. So, yeah, got a fair knowledge of these guys.
Rosario picks up the ball. He goes to Bazunas. This combination we've seen so far, as well as obviously Roy Prasad, one of the most experienced middles in the mixed game. The Hornets here defending their line. Carly, 2 tries very early there actually for Reese French diving at the line for the Hornets. He was brilliant from 7 metres out.
Yeah, he's a great young player, originally from the Dubbo area. And, yeah, he and his brother are both very, very good young players, and yeah, great to see them playing well on the big stage.
Luke Moffat playing the ball on the inside there, 2 players sweeping on for the Hornets. They play the ball out wide and dish back to the inside. Yeah, lots of ball play here early, and guess who it is? It's French out on the ball again. Luke Simmons, of course, another familiar name. Jared Rotuma as well. So they'll be running things from the 7 metres here, and they're calling for 6 more, and yep, they're going to get it. Bit of honesty there as well from the Rebels to confirm that a touch was made on the ball, but let's see what they can come up with here. Another 6 again. So yeah. Rosario's just getting in the mix there. He's trying to disrupt the phase of play.
Yeah, they'll definitely not wanting to give these guys a strike dump on the 7, but the Doyleson combination there of Simmons and Jared Rottimer working hard there with French with the out ball, a very classic mixed play.
French has almost gone in again, but he's stopped at the line by Zach Bazunas. Zach, one of the top try scorers so far in this tournament. He's showing his hand in defence as well. French is just looking dangerous so far. You mentioned earlier, Carly.
Yeah, now that's 2 there, so yeah, 1 more. And the Rebels could have a player excluded here, so they will not be wanting to let the Hornets have a repeat set this close to the line.
Risking a binning, so they're going to need to be very careful on what happens here. It's a 3rd defensive set on the fly. Let's see what they can do here. And a ripping long ball there. Probably slightly too lofty. The touch is called by the Rebels winger. It's the number 18, Carly Walsh, who, of course, is represented at all levels of touch football. That's a name synonymous with the wing position. They play the long ball, and Walsh again's up to the task on the inside, cutting in there.
Yeah, and expect to see Jared Rodimer to feature prominently with that left to right rocket long ball that he has, and those platforms there were just for him. And so, yeah, but the Rebels defence handled that extremely well. Really read that gap hit from Amy DeFore off Rodimer's long ball. So, yeah, and here come the Rebels with Roy Prasad marching down the field with great flow.
And yesterday, this is a name that we saw some electric speed from. It's Hughes, I believe, Kieran Hughes, indeed, for the Rebels. He was working a charm with Roy Prasad out in the centre. So watch out for this combination as well. And the 15 out there, George Azzi, who...
Yeah, we've got a heavy Bankstown flavour out here. All these boys play together in their Premier League team as well. So there's some really good combination amongst this group. So, yeah, alarm bells here for the Hornets.
Picking up his Hughes. He'll go back to Prasad. Hughes again. Hughes almost works his way through there, but it's caught by the number 23. It's Rodimer, who's had a good start to the game. Hughes picking up. He's going to rip left to right. That's a great ball out to the wing, and the Rebels stick their noses. Oh, it's been called forward, actually. Yeah. Almost sticking their noses in front.
Yeah, it was the right play, and what they'd done the play before is just run a little quarterback play to get the defence compressed, and then off the next play it was the expansive 4-on-3 platform, and the long ball worked to treat, just the execution let them down. So they won't be too upset about that. They'll put that one in the back pocket, and they'll know that they can go back to the well later on in the game.
High-scoring game, mixed touch at NTL's. That's a long ball there out to the line. And
I think if Reeve Howard had his time over, he'd look at that link hole and sort of see that there's a little opportunity there. So, hopefully that won't be lost on the Hornets.
Few extra balls thrown there on the way to the box. We come back, it's the 15, Azzi, who works his way off the field now. Number 9 out there, Mitchell Brown as well. Prominent sort of player, just sort of commanding the troops, and they go wide there. This time it will, unfortunately, for the Rebels be called as a forward pass, I believe. Yep, no. Forward pass.
Yeah, I think it was late. Jessica Potts did a fantastic job. Australian Mixed Open debutante in April in the mixed division, played for the New South Wales Mixed Open the last 2 years, and one of the best mixed players running around, and has captained the Australian 18s before at that level and won a World Cup. So her experience there showed. She's a very, very good defender and a really critical touch when the Hornets needed it most.
The Hornets quick up to the mark here, trying to run away with it. It's the number 5, Kaya Adita, who finishes the set there for the Hornets. The Rebels now getting out of the field.
And if that player, gets in open space, then look out. Kaya's got some of the best set of wheels in our sport. So let's see if he gets an opportunity to unleash all that wonderful speed that he has.
Kaya there in the fluoro yellow boots. He'll be easy to spot, not just because of the boots, but because of the afterburners too. And they're sweeping on Rosario with the ball in hand. 13, Bazunas with the ball now. What a ball out to the right-hand corner and well covered by the 22 to sort of push out there. You can tell she'd shaped up well before that pass was thrown. And, yep, they're going to get the ball back there, the Hornets.
Yeah, fantastic piece of play there, and Bazunas looks dangerous, doesn't he? Every time he has his hands anywhere near the ball, he's usually renowned for his work close to the line with his little punish plays, as a link and diving at the line, but just showed off some great ball skills there as well.
The Hornets now, they're going to have a crack at the line here, picking up number 8. They go to the 9, and the touch is made. The number 9 for the Hornets trying to get in there. It's French trying to get a trio of tries. He's after the hat-trick already.
Yeah, but wonderful defence from Maddie Mitchell
Touch pass.
To be able to snuff out that attacking for a very, very good defence from Matty Mitchell. And at the other end, we see Jess Potts nearly putting on a try there. And this is a wonderful thing about the mixed game. I mean, it's one of the few sports, Jack, where there's no real deference given to, male and female players. You've got 3 men and 3 women out there, and the skill level is quite astonishing, sometimes. So, it's a great advertisement for our sport again.
It absolutely is, as Carly Walsh, one of the preeminent women's players in the game, dictates the box play there. Prasad with the ball. Hughes picks up from half. And, a bit of a little clumsiness in the ruck there, which is quite uncharacteristic, actually, for Prasad. But he'll get up, come back stronger next time. His game management yesterday was world-class. And he's up there making the touches as well. So the Hornets swooping on now. The number 11, Ryan Potts, relation of Jess.
Yep, Jess and Blake. So
Hughes is away here, though. Throws to Prasad.
And this will be a 0 count there. Yep, so they'll be saving some touches here. And if they can get some really good flow here, they can really put the Hornets under pressure late in this touch count.
Walsh. And picking up now is Mitchell Brown working with Justin Gossage. Go out to the number 8. It's Zach Bolson.
Yeah, well handled there by Ryan Potts, who we were just talking about. His twin Blake is in the Hornets Men's Open in the semi-final later on today, and and Jess is out there, with him. So it's a real family affair for the Potts family.
And the entire family chasing NTL's medals this year. They're all in semi-finals. So it's great to see, and a penalty called there for offside. Good hard work from the Hornets there to win the offside. And I do see Ardita ready to make a run for the line. Let's see what they can conjure here, the Hornets. Picking up through, and he's touched. The number 5 there for the Hornets is just looking really dangerous, Kyra Ardita. You mentioned him earlier, Carly, and he's going to have probably another crack at the line here.
There he is.
Is he in? Yep. All clear, Ardita. So that's a good name from the Hornets to keep your eyes on.
The referees are coming together just to confer, just to make sure that was right. And that's really good refereeing. They're taking their time, not being pressured into making any decisions, conferring, and then coming up with a decision.
Absolutely.
And that's a really, that's a bit of a speed pod there. Luke Moffat won't mind me saying that he's not the speedy guy in that pod, but also Bailey Ritchie is in that pod, current New South Wales Mixed Open representative, and he's also very fast. So it's a very interesting matchup, this one, because we've got the speed of this Hornets combination up against, the guile, of the Rebels combination, who play a very traditional style of mixed, and lots of set plays and set pieces from the Rebels players. So very interesting to see.
The Rebels here find their way out to the line, and have they just tied things up here? I think they have. Great long ball from right to left there, and on the end of it, the recipient, Carly Walsh. So she gets over for her first try of the game. Yeah,
and that 4-on-3 platform has been a deadly one already for the Rebels combination. So, really, really important there that, the Hornets start addressing, how they can stop, that 4-on-3 platform happening. And here he goes again.
Running in there, he seems to have lost the ball over the line. Yeah, he's even signalled to the referees. That's good honesty there. Ardita did catch that down there in front of the commentary box, just fumbled it over the line, but good little runaway again. His flashes of pace are going to come in handy as this game continues onward. And we're at 3-3 here now, coming to the back end of the first half. So the play there disrupted by the Hornets. That's good shooting defence.
Yeah, and again, Amy Defoe, one of the female players there, she came in early to help out there, and she's holding her own very, very nicely there.
And number 4 there, Defoe, actually calling the touch on the dummy half as well. I think she might have got him, but it wasn't picked up that time on Prasad. Or Hughes, I think, actually had the ball at that moment. So the Hornets now at 3-3 look to get ahead, and a tough error they've sort of just, I guess, taken a bobble in the ruck there.
Yeah, I think she was indicating not square, and and those ones are a little bit tough sometimes, Jack, because you're sort of getting touched at the same time as you're trying to play the ball, and often, it'd be nice to see the referees give a little bit of deference for, you're being pushed off balance a little bit in that roll ball area, but doesn't matter now. Call's been made.
And Hughes will pick up from half, and another long ball. They're loving attacking down that left-hand side. That's a phenomenal try there to the Rebels. He connects, just catching the number there, the winger who scored.
Yeah, and if I'm Craig Harris over in that Hornets coaching box, I'm probably thinking about, you'll notice the platform that they set up, like one middle's making the touch, the other middle's not getting off the line at all and drawing the line in the sand. If they step up as a saver, then the ball player's going to have to either decide to pass or they're going to have to run. And at the moment, the ball players are standing back and it's, pick a hole, and that's quite a dangerous scenario to be in when you're up against quality 4-on-3 ball players.
So a few changes needed to stop Madison Mitchell's last try there. She got her name on the scoreboard. An offside call here. So the Hornets, with 4 minutes left on the clock, would like to equal things up here. Obviously a lot of tries still to come in this mixed fixture. And just draw the Sydney Rebels players out here. Like what they're doing, the Hornets. They're being nice and patient here, just asking some questions early on in the set, and I'm sure we'll see a set play at the back end here.
Yeah, I think County's here for Jared Rodimer, ripping on the out. And it's just gone forward there. And I think it was a good sequence to begin with and stuff like that, but there's really no momentum and no flow in it. So Jared's sort of, firing off a standing start. So good to see him if they sort of move people around and they come in with a little bit of flow and have moved the Rebels defence, a little bit off centre and stuff. And I think he'd be much more effective from a platform like that.
Couldn't agree more, Carly. We have certainly seen teams reaping the benefits of direct play and moving forwards with momentum, getting their opposing teams on the back foot. This is a play on here. Goes long, back on the inside. No other options, and that is phenomenal defence there, despite the offside call from the Hornets winger. She's managed to mark 2 or 3 players all at once there.
Yeah, she's done a really good job to save a try for her team. But again, the same thing's happening where the Hornets are not getting off that score line, and it's very inviting for this Rebels, attacking juggernaut that don't need any invitation.
And we're going to see what we saw yesterday. Prasad in no rush here to make things happen. This is the guile that you were talking about, Carly.
Yeah, he's a master.
He's an absolute master in this phase of the game. And Hughes, actually, who's one of the quickest players out on the field, you can even see that he is feeling, he's buying into this patient approach. They know what they're doing here. They're accountable to their structure. They go to Hughes, who will crack at the line, or will he? He'll pass out wide to the number 11. So they've gone to Walkman again, and yeah, it's just masterful display of touch there.
Yeah, and it's just the patience, and the guile there, like of Bazunas and Roy Prasad and Kieran Hughes just doing what they do. And, it's really something that Hornets have got to address because, this tit-for-tat sort of stuff gets a little bit hard after a while and, really tough, in the mixed game. We're going to see tries because that's just the nature of the game, but it's really, really important. I think the team that defends best, it's... without sort of sounding like I'm stating the obvious, and the team that can win. It's a bit like basketball. It's sort of end to end, and if you can get a stop where you need to, it makes a big difference in terms of the momentum swings that happen in a mixed game.
It'd be very rare to see a 5-minute patch in a mixed game where no tries are scored. In the men's and women's games, we can occasionally see these sort of patches, but in mixed, tries are the name of the game, and that team that can defend better. So here we go. They're sweeping on now. It's the 13, Bazunas, who was involved in the previous try. Rosario back out on the pitch now. They got Barkos on the inside there. Rosario looking for his way through. Yeah, wonderful defence there from Bailey Ritchie, who stood up in that midfield area and didn't allow Josh Rosario to be able to kick around, which he's so good at doing, and being able to pick up extra players on the inside. He stood up and he got the over the mark penalty. So fantastic work from Bailey Ritchie there. And this is a sight to admire, the sweeping players of the Hornets. There's good defence there from the Rebels, but yeah, that was a dangerous looking sweep coming on from the box. And gee, if they found their way over the line there, the referee has called touch. Pretty close there. It's the number 41. It's Jess Potts. Who else? They'll get one more crack at the line here before the half-time, or will they? So the ball not played in time. Referees call it square. 5-3 in favour of the Rebels. So, Carly, what do the Hornets need to do to lift in this second half?
Yeah, it's a very entertaining game, isn't it, Jack? But I would think that the area that they really need to address is the platform that they want to compete in that midfield. Otherwise, I feel like the Rebels might kick away if the Hornets can't up their intensity now.
And intensity is the name of the game here for the Hornets. They're going to tap off first possession. It's always interesting, the first possession of a half, to set the tone. You know, try and start working on some of those things that, you know, have been coached into you from the halfway mark. But here, the Hornets, they're going to draw out some players here. Good defence so far from the Rebels. Let's see what they can do at the end of this set. They go for the line, and that's a great start, as good as it gets.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's French again, that man. Jared Rodimer gave him a really nice setup, but see, that came off the back of some running and some flow. So running, Rots rolls him on, and then a nice little play there in between the two Rebels middles, and yeah, that's exactly the start that the Hornets needed to get back into this game, Jack.
Talking about intensity, and there it is. Setting the tone for their half now. They've got a platform to work with, one try down. So the Rebels will try to hit back early here, and well, not their best start, but they do have a lead, so let's see what they can, if they can put a try on the board here. We've got Prasad, Rosario, and Bazunas working together, and they've lost the ball. So, yeah, good defensive set there from the Hornets, working by that mantra that the try down the other end isn't scored until you've defended the following set. Some sweeping plays coming on now for the Hunter Western Hornets. Looking good here. And has he run away?
Yes, absolutely, Kurt Grogan. You may have got a sneaky one down this sideline. Yep, they're going to award it. And really nice to see Kurtie get back in and sort of do that. So I think he took advantage of what he believed was the offside player. He kept running. Yeah, yep.
He has indeed, and you'll see there, the Rebels completely off their feet there. They're standing completely still. You've got to play to the referee's call, so not even a chase given there. The number one, Grogan.
Yeah, and it's nice to see him back. Kurt came back from a knee reconstruction, over 12 months ago. So it's been a bit of a slow progression to get back to this level. And it's really nice to see him out there running freely again and making a real contribution to this Hornets mixed open team.
I think as finals nears, as Hughes has a crack at the line here, the touch made last. It's good to see a bit of variation in the box play and actually attacking that line rather than it just being through the hands and business as usual. To take on that line, I think we're going to see that a lot more today as the grand finals open up. Here go the Hornets. They'll work to their box again. And once bitten, twice shy, I think, for the Rebels here. So they're going to be extra careful down this right-hand side here this time. And they play that extra ball on the inside. I do like that. Giving the extra ball there. It's the 41. It's Potts again. She's been good so far for the Hornets. Picking up from dummy half now. It's 23 for the Hornets. Finds Potts. And a good touch on the back, and Walsh says, sorry. I'm sure they're good friends.
They are. They definitely are. And there's a little bit of space in that wing area, and I'm sure that's been noted over there in the Hornets coaching box. So the next time that play's run, I wouldn't be all surprised if we see them let loose and hit the winger on that play.
And a strategic battle out in the centre of the park now. We're tied up at 5 apiece. Ball gone to ground there, so an uncharacteristic mistake there, Zach Bolzen.
Yeah, if I'm in that Rebels coaching box, I wouldn't be delighted with the way that they've begun this second half. Hornets scored, then a couple of poor options when they've had their attacking sets, and then just there in the midfield turning it over cheaply on the third. So, the momentum has swung again. We talked about that before, Jack, and how easy it happens in mixed.
Reeve Howard, close to the line. They'll take it back to the 7-metre mark, and that will be fifth touch. Let's see if they can work their way through here. Oh, beautiful little tap on. Potts with the ball. He's cracking in the line. A couple of flick passes. The ball keeps on moving. It hasn't stopped moving. And a touch is made. I got to say, the attack and the scramble defence are world class.
And this is it. This is mixed touch at its very best, Jack. And yeah, we're being treated to a fantastic game out here.
Offside is the call, so the Rebels, maybe this is their chance to sort of lift that intensity again. They came into this half with a 2-point lead, and now as they reach the halfway mark, a penalty will give them some strikes. Man, the ball was really moving down the other end of the field there, but the Rebels up to the task, sliding left and right to cover all of those flick passes and inside balls. It's Prasad and Rosario now, though, with Bazunas, who will make things happen in the middle. The number 2 out there, that's Tina Ashworth, had a good day yesterday as well. Right to left, long ball, has reached hands.
It's forward.
It's a forward pass, though.
Yeah, and that's a lot better there. I'd like to see the Hornets, getting flatlining a little bit more, because they're checking off. Roy's a master at being able to, find somebody to check off to, and then they're checking back and they're drawing defenders forward. They'd probably do well to actually stay up a little bit and just be a presence with their links on either side of the field.
The Hornets ambering their way up to the 10-metre mark. Picking up is that number 5 again. It's Kyra Ardita. Will look to stick out on the right here. He's going to receive the ball. Can he find space? He plays to the wings.
Perfect.
Perfect is the right word indeed. I think there, Carly. They get out to Rachel Mortel. Ardita stayed nice and wide there so they could draw out the players, and they certainly opened up.
Yeah, nice little play here. Nice strike dump from Bailey. A rusher ball on the outside, and then Kaya in space, and then great wingers line, great J line to finish. So in running out, you'll notice she picks it up and finishes nicely in the corner. And she's had a fantastic game for the Hunter Western Hornets, hasn't she, Jack?
Yep, Mortel looking good there. The Hornets, and for the first time in this matchup, they're up. And it's a credit to whatever's happened at halftime there for the Hornets, because they've come out with renewed intensity and have left the Rebels on the same score as they were at the halftime break. So keeping them out. Defense is an attitude, and it wins competitions. Here, Hughes with the ball, close to the line. He has been touched. Yeah,
great work from French. He got right out past the 8 metres to take the dive-over option out for Prasad, and that was perfectly done from him.
Hughes goes for the long option. The touch is made. It can't be understated. It's the number 3 there.
Yeah, Amber Chaney, very, very experienced. She's been in this team for the last 3 years, and she's a very, very good mixed player, and she showed just why. Her defence there was fantastic. Made a great read, gave herself time to get back out, and some of these female wingers in this mixed division are phenomenal. You'd be proud to have them on your wing in the men's open division with the reads that they get.
Absolutely, couldn't be
Bailey
more
Ritchie,
true.
He's got great wheels.
Good wheels there, and the number 4, they've almost worked their way through there, as we just see a replay of that dive attempt, but the Rebels will get the ball. Good defence from the Rebels there as well, so the touch made. All's fair, sort of bit of physicality there in the touch, which you really like to see. That's positive defence.
Yeah, and here come the work ethic here. Like, we're coming up here, and he's not going to run past Kaya there. Wrong man to take on there in the last one.
Bazunas plays through, potential touch pass there.
But we're seeing that the Rebels are now getting their strike dump about 10 to 15 metres out, and they're not as effective when they're up here on the 7. I mean, that's not rocket science, but that's a tribute to the midfield effort that the Hornets are making to try to curtail the juggernaut that we were talking about in the first half that the Rebels were being.
I think as well, Carly, to your point, we'll just discuss this 5th and last play here as the number 1 comes through for the Hornets. That's brilliant work. It's Grogan again, and he's screaming through for his 2nd try. That's exciting for Grogan.
Yeah, he's a very excitable young man, Curdy Grogan, and good on him. Ryan Potts plays nice and direct, sums it up very quickly. Really quick release on that right to left long ball, and just goes bang. And a great link hole there from Curdy Grogan. Yep.
And you mentioned there earlier that they were limiting the Rebels to that 15-metre mark for their last play, and I think part of that as well is you got guys like Prasad and Rosario out there who love it when the defence is forced to move forward and can't set their line where they want them. And that's definitely... This is the kind of position that Prasad likes here, and he's using Hughes well. He does seem to get the ball away. Indeed he does, and they're back in the hunt here. 1 point in this again. Believe that was Bazunas once again, or is it might be Azzy?
Yeah, it was Azzy that scored. But there we go. As soon as they get a strike dump anywhere in around that 7 or 8 metres, and the feet of Kieran Hughes, fantastic footwork, and it just goes to show this game's got a lot more touchdowns in it, Jack. I think the scoreboard attendance, the Painaway scoreboard attendants are going to be a little bit working overtime here because that's the nature of mixed and how exciting for the fans here today and those watching at home on KO Sports. They will be busy. And Adam Collins, of course, ground announcer at the field. He's joined us a few times. He is responsible for the Painaway scoreboard. He's just gone straight through there, Simmons. They've found the space and they're really opening up the Rebels really well here. The Rebels need to rally because that's a 2-point margin once again. Yeah, Luke Simmons will be loving that one. Not renowned for his foot speed, Luke, but look at him go. I won't hear the end of it when he gets back to Doyle. There he goes. He's pulled up his left leg there to avoid the touch of his opposite number 8 there, Zach Bolson. But it's 8-6 now, and there's only 10 minutes left in this matchup. So the Hornets looking for a big upset here. Yeah, there's an age to play, though. Yet, Jack, 10 minutes is a long, long time in touch. And these two, like I said, this score is going to keep going, and it's going to be a very exciting climax, I believe, in this game because both teams have got so much attacking prowess out there, and it's just going to keep going. Tries to come, and that's a nice long ball. They've called all clear, and Carly, you just said that we're going to see many more twists to the tails here. The number 11 going over for a try there. It's Walkman. She's just made a hat-trick there off the back of, was it a Hughes ball through the centre? Yeah, they've gone really, really well here. They're getting that platform again. They're getting back on the horse. They're getting back to what worked for them in the first half, and I think that's really good coaching and really good work being done there in the Rebels coaching box. But full marks too to the Hornets in terms of the way that they've come out in this second half and addressed all the things that weren't going so great for them. So full marks to both coaching boxes. They're doing a great job for their teams. And this one's winding up to be a classic as Potts picks up the ball. Not Potts, Simmons rather, the try scorer from earlier. And they sort of ripped long there. Not too late in the tackle count either. Yeah, they probably could have been a little bit more patient with the use of that footy. But it'll just be interesting the choices that the players make as we get closer, to the finish of this game. Rosario's made some extra metres there, picking up from dummy half. Walkman on a hat-trick. Prasad is going to have Hughes trailing in close pursuit. Hughes gets the ball back again. Yeah, but they've made some good metres in that set, but no strike really at the end, no danger in the strike, and that's probably due to good Hornets defence. Yeah, and there you see number 23 for the Hunter Western Hornets, Jared Rogotama, the current New South Wales Mixed Open and Indigenous All-Stars co-captain. And he just settled that set, got them down the park, and allowed the next group to come on with some good back-end flow here. I can see what Ryan Potts is trying to do. He's noticed they're a bit man-on in there, and, that really nice foray they had a little while ago where they almost created the miracle try where there were lots of switches and lots of change of directions. They're noticing that the Rebels are a bit man-on, so he was looking again for that type of situation. So nothing wrong with the eyes-up nature of that, just the execution was probably a little off. And a big touch there will be penalised. The push was definitely in the spirit of the game, I think, but just a little heavy on the contact. Number 11. Potts, he's looking to get physical, and I think that's actually, despite the penalty, it is sort of the right approach at this point. You need to slow down this Rebels attack. So, Prasad with the ball, Bazunas. Yeah, bit tough giving him a quickie there, but yeah, they got out of jail there. I don't think I would have been happy with the physicality to give them a penalty in that position, but they got out of jail, so Ryan Potts will be breathing a sigh of relief. They had 2 up, making the touch as well, which that's danger signs when you've got the likes of Bazunas picking up the ball, or Prasad giving it to Bazunas rather. So the Hornets back on the attack here.
And look at those legs from Ardita again.
Yeah,
He's
I'd
been
love
doing it
to
all day.
see him get a strike dump middle, and I think that the Hornets have been quite expansive with the way that they've played, and I think the best way to, to utilise Kaya would be, I'd love to see him off the back of, a midfield drive, pick up and go, and I think he'd cause some issues there for the Rebels because it'd be a little bit of variation in the attack.
Ooh, and a bit of a slip there, and Rosario on his
large
feet.
gasp effort. He made that touch, had to be made. Well done, Josh Rosario.
Second chance play, that's for sure. And offside is the call. And they're going to get it 6 more here. So really important defensive set for the Rebels. We're heading into our last 5 minutes. Here we go. Great touch from Walsh to cut inside. She had to make a big call there.
That was absolutely fabulous on Kyra Dita, one of the quickest players in the sport. Carly Walsh, take a bow.
And she could have easily stuck out to her wing and said, that's my Lynx problem, but she hits in there. That's the mark of a great winger, making the perfect choice every time. Holding her own out there, Carly Walsh, more than holding her own, really. Offside is the call. So Hornets are still on the attack. Rosario's going to make the touch here. Oh, commentator's curse. And Carly in again, making that touch from the wing. Carly's on fire in defence here, helping out her middle and link players.
Yeah, it could be a bit of a process here from the Hornets on that play. And here we go.
They're running away again here. It's number 10, Bailey Ritchie, you said. A good pair of legs. They got all the legs out there at the moment. Ardita goes to Moffat. Moffat goes long. Not enough space to score, but yeah, good shutdown defence there on the out by Justine Walkman. She's had a good game in both parts of the game.
Yeah, she certainly has. All of the wingers have had fantastic games out there for their teams.
And they get the ball out wide, back on the inside, still moving that ball, and it's a play on, and it's definitely accidental there, but he's caught the number 10 there, Richie, around the neck, the 7, Barkos. He sort of said, oh, sorry mate, he's chuckling there. He didn't mean to have that kind of contact. But the Hunter Western Hornets with the ball again. The defence here coming tough. They've got numbers out wide. The ball's gone a little bit high there and sort of falconed her in the face. It's the 22. Hopefully she's okay. I think she is. Mortel for the Hornets.
Yeah, I think they're going to, let them take it back and play that. Because she'd caught it.
Fair enough.
Yep.
So the contact, of course, dislodging the ball. But
so the danger not over here for the Rebels, and Bailey Ritchie with that turn of speed steps back off the right foot. And that try was always going to come, that amount of possession, and the Rebels did really well to defend for as long as they did, but eventually you're going to crack, and nice little step back there from Bailey Ritchie to put his team back in contention here.
I love that for Ritchie, and Ritchie's looked particularly dangerous as the legs have started to tire out there. Obviously fit, but also ultra speedy and light on his feet. So here we go, out on the middle of the pitch. There's a touch made right on the dead ball line, and they're going to play the ball 7 metres out. Hughes will play for Prasad. And we have a bit of a sub happening here. Number 42, he's caught one in the ribs, I think. Yeah,
Reeve Howard is going off there. Hopefully nothing too serious for Reeve. He's had a few serious injuries over his time, so fingers crossed that's not too bad for the young fella.
Well, here they come. It's Hughes near the line now. Wanted to go himself. Azzy in the mix as well. They do win a 6 again. That's a 50-50 call out there. They felt fairly strongly about it, though, the players. Prasad will play the ball for Hughes and give... Oh, well, they've liked giving the ball back to Prasad there, Hughes he has, but that time it's gone to ground. That could be costly. 2 minutes left, and the margin is 2 as well. So the Hornets looking to steal this one away from the Rebels, who are one of the hot favourites in the competition. 2 minutes on the clock. Can the Hornets put the game away here? Yeah, and they've got the right people out there. Very experienced Luke Simmons and Jared Rodimer, as we said, and Reece French, who's been, arguably the best player on the field here, Jack, in this semi-final. And Simmons will have a crack at the line, plays the ball away. Don't mind that decision at all. They've killed the ball in the bottom corner. Could have used the full set count, but importantly here, the Rebels, with barely any time to score the 2 tries needed to equalise, only 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. They've worked to their box and it's taken them 3 touches to do so. So, yeah, this is quite tricky here for the Rebels. They've got to try and make something happen right here, right now. They go for the line, and a game-saving touch there, or a game potentially winning touch for the Hornets. This mixed team look well on their way to the finals.
Yeah, fantastic. Defensive effort there, from French. He's done fantastically well there to be able to look after his team. And, 30 seconds to go here, and the Hornets will be looking to just get a completion, get down the other end in a little attempt of a sneaky down the sideline. That was, fairly inspired play there from the Hornets.
The Hornets will be feeling good about this one, heading into a final. Unclear who they'll be playing as of yet. There's a very close match going on our second field between the Scorpions and Sharks. It's 7-all, so potential drop-off prospects there. But the Sydney Rebels, they will be playing the ball in high fives from the sideline. You can see there as the full-time buzzer goes, boil over here. The Hunter Western Hornets take down the Rebels. Carly, you are affiliated with the Hunter Western Hornets. You know a lot of the players out there from both teams. You've got to be pretty happy about that one.
Yeah, and particularly because the Hornets mixed open team was a bit of a star-studded side last year, and